Good morning all. Next students, please my voice is loud and clear. Guys, online students, will you please confirm? Right. And guys, so let's start the session. So in today's class, we are continuing with the Tableau. So today we'll discuss about the other plots, and along with we are going to discuss few things like filters. Okay. So this is your earlier notes. What are the notes you have saved in the Tableau public? What are the different notes you have saved? Those notes. Okay, within the Tableau public, those will be available, and you can click on that, and you can open, and you can edit in the further. Okay, and here I'm going to connect with the data set, with the same data set whatever we are executing in the previous class. I'm using the same data set. Now, in today's data set, okay, in the today's class, we are going to discuss another charts, few more charts. Like one of the chart we are going to discuss is called as funnel chart. Okay, next one we are going to discuss is called as bubble chart, followed by maps, filters, parameters, sets. So these are the concepts which we are going to discuss in the today's class. So as we are familiar with different types of plots, okay, which type of plot has to be used, and how to create the bar plots, stacked bar plots, pie charts, all these things along with the line plots. We have observed the line plots. Here, what are the plots are available? Every plot almost we have discussed. Okay, and just one more time, we in meanwhile, if any plot is missing, also we'll discuss in the today's class. Along with this, what is meant by filters, or how to filter the data. Generally, in the data analysis, as I've told you multiple times, mostly we'll do the filtering. Filtering is separating the data. During the pandas, also it is filtering or group by functions or cross tabs in the pandas or something. So here also we are going to do the filtering, right? Now, coming to this, first one is funnel chart. Now, what is meant by funnel chart? So here I'm going to take the sales. Okay, what are the sales I'm having? I'm going to consider the sales. This is the overall sales. Now, this overall says, if I take this region, now tell me guys, if I keep the region in the columns, what happens? If I keep the same region in the color, what happens? Tell me what is the difference? If I keep this region in the columns, what happens now? It is going to create a column chart, which is nothing but unstacked one. So it is going to have a unstacked one side by side, which is going to create a column chart. If I bring the same region, what are the region I'm having? If I bring the same region into this one, what is the answer? It is going to give a stacked bar. That is the difference. Okay, to create the stack versus unstack. Already you are familiar now? Good. Now, so here we are having the stacked. Now, point is, whatever the sales we are having, the region, okay, different regions are there now. I want the different regions in a different sizes. So I'm going to bring the region also in the size. Can you see here? It has been converted to different sizes. What is this size? So let us go with like this. Okay, large to small or small to large. Okay, now in this region, 1 minute. Okay, I'm going to do the ascending order. Now, can you see here this green color indicates what? Western region. So just I'm converting this one to the entire view. This is called as funnel chart. Okay, what is meant by funnel chart means different sizes. You are generally everything are in the same size. Everything are in the same size. So see what sir, suddenly how it has become the big one. Don't ask. This one only, a normal one. Instead of representing in a different colors in a single stacked bar, if I represent the stacked bar, what are the stacked bar is there? Or here, first let me keep the labels. Sales. Sales I am going to keep in the label. Okay. And along with the region also, I'm going to keep in the label. So can you see label and this one? Sir, I want the label on the top, says bottom is this one you have to bring on the top like this. This is the order now. So which one you want to represent in the order, you represent. So if you bring the sales on the top means sales will be selected in the labels. If you represent a region on the top means region will be selected. Just you have to take this one on the top. Okay, you can bring the sales or bottom and top. Okay, and here it is called as tooltip. When I keep the mouse here, it is showing the values. What are the values are there? It is called as tooltip. For example, you want to add in the tooltip profit, but it should not be visible. Then what we are going to do? We are going to drag the profit into the tooltip. So then profit also will be visible within the tooltip, but it will not be visible outside. What is the difference between the tooltip versus label? Means label will be visible outside. Tooltip will be available only when you keep the mouse there. Okay, up to here clear now? Next, here the point is how to convert this stacked column chart into a funnel chart. Means just I want the different sizes. Here, see here value is there, no? 3,91,722. This is 5 lakhs. This is 6 lakhs. And this is 7 lakhs. And I'm having the different sales. I want the different sales. What are the values are there? I want each value in one size. You want name wise or value wise different size? Tell me. Name wise or value wise? Value wise size. Value wise size means you have to select the sales into the size. Now it will be converted. So now you can see here which region is having the more amount of sales. So this is a funnel chart, some kind of funnel, right? Everyone knows funnel chart now. Earlier also we have executed in the Power BI the same funnel chart. Funnel chart means funnel. As everyone knows commonly this funnel diagram, how this funnel looks, right? So again, your formatting is common. Funnel means nothing but like this. You are having in terms of decreasing order. Okay, so you are having this one. After that, you are going to do the modifications that is called as formatting common. So here grid lines you want to remove, or these values you want to remove, or sheet name you want to rename. Everything is common. This is funnel chart. Now, sir, earlier I think region-wise sales, already we have represented that one using the column chart. The same region-wise sales we have represented by using the pie chart. The same region-wise sales we are going to represent by using the funnel chart. Which one is looking good for you? Means that one you are going to select. Mostly, many of the people will select the pie chart now. That is the common thing. So in the Python, what are the charts we have discussed majorly now? That is most commonly used. Additional plots, multiple are there, but those are generally most commonly used plots. So this one also, it will be representing in one way. Very nice, right? Now, this is a funnel chart. Now, here, can you see here we are having the different options like this is called as tree maps. Okay, tree maps already we have discussed. And next one is bubble chart. What is meant by bubble chart? Means the size of the bubble. Instead of here rectangular box, we are going to get the size of the bubble. Different sizes of the bubble will be available. This is called as bubble chart. And this is called as in terms of we are having a funnel chart. Now funnel chart is not available here, right? Directly the funnel chart, can you see any funnel chart is available? Here funnel chart, or at least here the funnel chart is available. Directly to select the funnel chart. No, here the funnel chart is not available. Here the funnel chart is not available. Funnel chart will be selected by selecting the size. So you have to select the stacked bar and you have to bring this value into the size. Then only the funnel chart will be created. Is the point is clear for everyone? How to create the funnel chart? And if you open in the entire view, whatever it is visible. Now you do the formatting. Formatting means adding the labels. Formatting means removing the grid lines, removing the white ticks, along with the sheet name, keeping the sheet name properly. This is all formatting. If you want one more time, I'm going to show you one more time. Just you have to right click and you have to click on the in terms of format. And here there is an option called as grid lines. You have to select as none. Once you click on the none, the grid lines will be disappear. And this one, click on the show header. This part will be removed. And now if you want to add the labels, says into the labels and along with the region also into the labels. So you want to bring the region on the top means region followed by sales. You are going to bring the sales into the label. Right? So this is called as funnel chart. Everyone is clear with the funnel chart? Now, let us move on to the next type of chart. That is bubble chart also I have discussed. Now, next type of chart is called as maps. So maps will be selected when we are having the some kind of columns which are having in terms of like this globe symbol. Okay, these symbols which are having these symbols like state, longitude, latitude were generated. In the bracket they have written clearly generated. So now I'm going to bring the state into this one. What are the state column is there? This is the state. Can you see the state? When I taken the state, automatically it has selected the map. How this has came is it has to select the globe, which is in the globe symbol, means which is having the state option. Like, sir, only US states will be accepted. No, not only US, even in the India also, if the states. It is having almost many countries and all the states are available. If the column name is properly given and along with that internally values are proper, it will take automatically the states. Now, sir, different states are there. Dots are common, no, sir. Now, what we are going to do means we are going to bring the size into the size. Means as the more the size of the circle, the more the cells are there in that area. Is the point is clear? Lesser the size of the circle, lesser. Now, sir, instead of size, I don't want in the size, sir. The same says I'm going to bring in the color. See, as lighter the color, it is having with respect less amount of cells. Darker the color, it is having the more amount of cells. So in this California and in this New York City, we are having the more amount of cells when compared to remaining regions. And I want to add the state in the label. Different state names along with their cells in the label. Is the point is clear? So like this, you can see state-wise. What is their contribution state-wise? Same logic we have applied in the Power BI also. Same data set, same apps, same thing, as it is same maps in the Power BI. Right? You are having the maps like this. Sir, instead of these maps, I want to do some formatting on the maps. What formatting we have to do? For this, X ticks are not there, Y ticks are not there, none is not there. Only sheet name is there now. Other than sheet name, what is the formatting we can do for this one? Means here there is an option called as map. Click on the map. Background maps. You can change the background maps like this. So background will become the light, or you can change the background like this, dark. Okay, it will be common. The center part will remain same. The background of remaining part is that will change. And you click on the background in terms of streets. Okay, different background you can select. Which are the background you are interested? For example, this is the one of the background with the satellite view. Is the points are clear? So like this, you are going to select the maps. So you can modify the maps. Within the maps, you can do the modifications. Okay. So here you are going to represent their sales. Or for example, I don't want to have the sales. I want in the size. You are going to keep in the size. I don't want in the label. I'm removing as the label. I'm keeping in the size. The bigger the size of the value, it indicates more amount of things. Is the point is clear? Now, you can represent the same thing in the maps, or you can represent the same thing. For example, I'm going to take the state here. Instead of keeping in the detail, I'm keeping the state in the column, and I'm going to keep the state in the sales. Okay, each state like this. And along with this, I can even select the tree map also. Now this is looking good, or this is looking good, or for you, this one is looking good. Which one is better for you? Select that one. For example, here I'm doing the formatting. What is the formatting means? Instead of size, okay, instead of size, I'm going to take the label. Okay, now can you see here? Values are visible. Now the same thing I'm going to have in the tree map. Okay, same says I'm going to keep in the label, and in the label I'm going to bring them in the center positions. Okay. Now, tell me guys, this is good or this is good? And sir, here values are not visible properly. You know how to do the formatting for that. So just you can add the formatting in terms of outside. Values in the outside. Okay. Now, or you can decrease the size. So since the size of the font size is very high, let us decrease the font size. So the moment you decrease the size, at least some of them are visible. Why remaining things are not visible? Because still the size is very large. So here in the tree map, when we are having the small rectangular box, but the text is very high, in that case, tree map is not well suited. In that case, what we have to use, if this is the case, means what we have to use means we have to go with the bar charts like this. Okay, we should not use the tree maps. Whenever it is not possible, we should not go with the tree maps. We have to go with this, and we have to keep in the either ascending or descending order. Then we can say this particular state or this is maps. You can choose the maps. Now, one more option we are having is called as field maps. Maps are available, and second one is called as field maps. What is meant by field maps means, now I'm going to take the state. What are the state is there? Now, before to that, here there is an option called as map. Can you see? Click on this, and now you select the state into this one. This is field. What is the difference between this one versus? Okay, I'm removing in between one. What is the difference between this one versus this one, miss? So here, just I'm trying to remove this some of the says as the label, and this one also. Just I'm trying to bring the state into the detail. This is normal map. Now the same state as it is, same state I'm bringing into the detail. But before bringing into the detail, I'm setting here map. In the previous case, observe this one clearly, guys. In the previous case, it is automatic. I'm not doing anything. Just I'm dragging the state into the detail. Automatically, I have selected this one. When I have selected here clearly the map and I'm dragging the same state into the detail, now I have got the field map. Is the point is clear? This is called as field map and this is called as maps. Now, in the field map, I'm going to add the says in this one, and along with the what are the state name is there, the state name also I'm going to add in the label. Okay, and each state name I'm going to bring in the color. One state, one color. If you want to bring one state, one color means you can bring, or you can bring the says into the color. As lower the says, it is going to have like this. So then what is the difference between this one versus this one? For example, if I bring the sum of the says into the colors, and now the state and the says also I'm bringing in the label. Now tell me what is the difference between this one versus this one? Both are same only, na? That difference you will not find. So field difference when you'll find means when you are not using the says in this one, instead of that, you are going to use the state in the color. One state will be filled with one color. Filled colors. It is going to fill with the colors. Is the points are clear for everyone? Excuse me. Switch on. They have switch on. Okay, guys, it is clear now. What is the difference between the maps versus field maps? Online students, is that clear? So funnel chart, the first one is called as funnel chart. Second one is called as maps, and third one is called as field maps. Right? Anyone has any questions out of these three maps? And already you know the bubble chart, you know the tree maps, you know with respect to bar charts, all these things, right? Now we are moving on to the next concept called as filters. So before moving on to the filters, if you are having any questions within the maps, different types of maps we have covered. If you are having any questions within the maps, you can please ask. What are the questions you are having? Within the maps. It is not field, it is filled. Filled map. Filled. F-I-L-L-E-D. It is filled map. Right? Done. So next one is, let's move on to the next one called as filters. Now, just I'm going to select each subcategory, and each subcategory there says, this is the says for each subcategory. Now I want instead of this one as a bar plot, not as a column plot. I want as a bar plot. What we have to do? Just click on the swap. Once you click on the swap, it will be swapped. Now after swapping, I want in the ascending order or descending order. What we have to do? Just we have to click on the either ascending or descending. Next, after this, next I want to remove the grid lines. What we have to do? Right click on that and click on the format. And I'm going to do the formatting. Click on the format, and here you are going to click on this. Click on the none. And grid lines are removed. And now if you want to remove this white ticks. White ticks are important or not important in this case? White ticks are important because category now, each category you have to show now. Now I'm going to bring the sales into the label. Now whether X ticks are important, X ticks are not important, but white ticks are important. And what about this one? Subcategory word. Here this is important. No, X label is important, not required. X label also not required. So you are going to remove the X label. Now you are having this one. This we have already discussed earlier. Up to here we have discussed earlier. Now what is the additional thing we are going to add means? Now I want to see the certain categories only. I don't want all the categories. I want only the phones, chairs, storage, and tables. These are the 4 categories only I want to see. My requirement, no, phones along with the arts, paper. Phones, paper, and art. These are the 3 things I want to see. This is my requirement. Then what I'm going to do means, this subcategory I'm going to bring into the filter. And within the filter, you are having here multiple options. One is called as select from list, custom value list, user, and wildcard, conditional, and top. So we have to discuss each of them one by one, separately we'll discuss. Now see here, first requirement. What is my requirement? Phones, paper, and art. Phone. So here I'm going to select in terms of which one? Art I require. Next, in terms of paper. These are all the things which I don't require. Paper I require and phones I require. Okay, just I'm trying to remove the remaining things and click on the apply. So only those 3 are selected. If you click on the OK, it will be closed. That's it. If you don't click on the OK, it will be open like that. But this is the one. So whichever the categories you are interested to highlight, only those categories you are going to highlight. Okay. Now, yesterday as one of the student has asked the question, sir, I want to do the exploit. Like in the Python, we have done in the pie chart separately, and we want to highlight which is having the very low value or which is having very high value, something like that. That also we can do in the today's class. That not by exploit. Here the concept is called as set. That concept name is called as set. How we can do that we'll discuss one by one. Now, so here we are having in terms of subcategories like this. Okay, based on the subcategories, what are the says we are having. Now we are going to select the subcategories. Now later you want to edit this, what are the filter you have done. So just click on this and click on the edit filter. And you can add still more. What are the options you are interested? Add like this. Okay, whichever you want to add, whichever you want to delete, you are going to select. Same logic which we applied in the Power BI. In the Power BI also we'll drag that particular category into the filters, and within the filters we'll select. And within the filtering, we are having what are the three different types of filtering? One is called as basic filtering, advanced filtering, top end filtering. Same thing. Here, this is generally is called as basic filtering. Condition is called as advanced filtering, and this is called as top end filtering. Same logic of Power BI. Okay, because both are similar kind of tools now. So same thing will be available in both of them. Almost everything will be the same. Once you learn one of them, second one is dead easy. Right? Now, so here we are having, see, once you learn the Power BI, you are all familiar with the plots. Which type of plots, in which case, which data for this given data set, how we have to do everything. Same thing in Power BI we are going to do. So while practicing also, if you practice any one of them in the Power BI, same thing. Now you might get a question, how to show the cars. Then when we are going to discuss the dashboards. Tomorrow we may start with the project in the Tableau. Okay. If parameters, what are the parameters and what are the different sets we are having. If everything gets completed today, tomorrow we can start the Tableau project. Okay, by taking the another data set, a different data set. One project on the complete Tableau by creating the dashboard. Till now we have created the sheets. We have not touched the dashboard. So tomorrow we are going to discuss the dashboard and how to keep the multiple sheets in the single dashboard and how to show everything. Right? Now this is called as filtering. Now, what are the filtering, whatever you are having, the filtering. For example, these things should not be included. Remaining things has to be included. Then I'm going to click on the exclude. Now, if I click on the exclude means whatever I have selected, those will be removed. If I don't select the exclude means whatever I have selected, those will be included. Others will be removed. Opposite to this. Okay, if I click on the exclude, other than that, remaining things will be selected. Only the which are I have selected, those will be excluded. Here there is an option called as exclude. And again, if you want to bring to all, you are just going to click on the all of them and simply click on the apply. Click on the all. Okay, use all. Right? Next, we are having the next type of filtering is called as wildcard. Wildcard means here I'm going to select the columns that starts with the letter F or letter C. I'm going to start with the letter C. Starts with. So it is going to select the columns which starts with the C only. Which are the categories with the letter C? It comes under advanced filtering. In our Power BI, it comes under advanced filtering where we are having the option for selecting. Sir, here we stop selecting like this. For example, I don't want this one back. Okay, and I'm going to clear this one. All of them will be selected. Now, here on what criteria you can select? Either you can select based on the value. Here two options are there. One is sum, one is subcategory. Two options are there. Either you are going to filter based on the category wise, or you are going to filter based on the value wise. Either of these two, one will be done filtering. For example, if you are doing the filtering based on the categorical variable, then you have to use the wildcard. If you are doing the filtering based on the number wise, then you have to use the condition because greater than, less than comparison operators will come here. Okay, so we are going to select the value wise. So value wise, I want to select wherever the value is greater than 100,000 of value. So I'm going to select only the categories which are having more than 100,000. Like this, you are going to do the filtering. This filtering will be done on the value. You are doing the filtering on categorical text, this one. Text means alphabet should be there. Alphabet means wildcard. You know what is wildcard? In the SQL we have discussed. Wildcard means similar kind of pattern. Okay. So this one is in terms of value wise. These the points are clear. So you are going to have general, That is basic filtering, and you can select the categories directly manually, which categories you want, which categories you don't want, or a selected categories based on the alphabet or selected categories based on the value wise. Is the points are clear? So now I'm going to select wherever the value is instead of sum, average value or maximum value, percentage, standard deviation, any one parameter, not parameter, they are called as measures. You should not use the word called as parameters, measures. By using any one of the measure, you can use this. So you can use either the sum of the sales, average sales, or median sales, or with respect to minimum, maximum, standard deviation, variance. All these things we have discussed in the statistics. Right? If you are not familiar with statistics, if you are not familiar with SQL, or if you are not familiar with Power BI, I have to explain so many things, right? Obviously, here again, I have to explain the statistics for you now. Since you are already familiar with. So just you are going to select the data, that is sum of the values. Either you are going to use total 6 operators will be there. What is these 6 operators are called as comparison operators. Comparison operators can be applied only on the numerical data. Okay. So, and you can choose a wildcard. Is that clear, everyone? You can choose as per your choice. Now, sir, why you have chosen only the subcategory, sir? Why you can't choose in terms of region wise? You can go even in the region wise also, but in the region only 4 regions are there now. So subcategories more are there now. So that when I do the filtering, so automatically you'll find the difference more. Even if I apply the filtering on the region wise, if I take the region and if I take the sales of the each region, and now if I take this in terms of ascending or descending order, and I'm going to represent the sales in the label. And now if I take here in terms of what are the filtering subcategory, what are the subcategories there, or region I'm going to bring into the filters, and I'm going to keep in the central region and eastern region and western region. Okay. Sorry. Only single sheet. Now, obviously, in this only one diagram is there now. When you are applying the filter in the dashboard, it is applicable for the entire dashboard for multiple sheets. You are applying as per individual sheets now. It is if you are applying the same filter in the dashboard, complete. In the Power BI, we are having the 2 options. One is on the single sheet or entire dashboard. Same way. Is there any option?
Focus mode.
This focus mode is nothing but this one only now. Entire.
We're going to select whatever the required things. We can select and include the things.
Right click and click on the format and include the things. And if you want to see the data, you can click on the data. Which other data was included, you can include the data. Everything can be done. Moreover, there you are having the options, everything can be done, but options are different. Different way of options. We'll discuss one by one, each of them. After that, we are going to discuss some sets, parameters. Now, then you'll get a more clarity once you understand that parameters. Right? Now, here we are having the region, and in the region, I'm going to select in terms of, see, here we are having the option called as create set. These are the different filters. All these filters we are going to discuss one by one. Okay. Now, in the edit filter, I'm going to edit, and I'm going to have with respect to this again, all of them, and I'm going to click on the all. Now, apart from the region, okay, region and some of the cells you have selected, but which was not selected, even that one also you can add in the filter. For example, I'm going to add the filter within the subcategory. So I'm going to select the subcategory only for the binder and chase and click on the apply. So now it is showing now each region wise the total amount of sales only for the subcategory of chairs and binders. So what are the filter you have selected? So it is a combination of multiple filters. Is the point is clear? Everyone? Now, for example, I want to see in terms of state, I want to add the state also, and particularly I want to see in the California. And I'm going to apply the for California because it belongs to only one region. California cannot be becomes to the 4 regions now. It belongs to any one of the region. So whichever the region it belongs to, that particular region was selected. And if you don't want the filter means just you are going to remove the filter like this. Okay. For example, here you are seeing the subcategories like this now. Now your requirement is like this. They ask the phones. Okay, this is the total phones, and you are showing the wherever the which categories are having more than $100,000. That says only you are showing. Fine. But I want in the region wise. Now what I'm going to do? If I bring the region here, what happens? What happens if I bring the region here? It is going to create a stacked one, means unstacked one, means separately for each one. So I'm going to get the separately region. See, 4 things I'm going to get in terms of separately, right? Now, here I'm going to get 4 things like this. I don't want like this because here this is not my requirement. Okay, what is my requirement is in terms of the same region, what other region is there? I want as a stack. Okay, you are saying the total 100,000 more than of 100,000 of dollars, which is having the says in that which is having the top. Which region is top, which region is less. Now here the legend is available. I don't want to see the legend. So I'm going to hide the card. Now when I hide the card, now how I can know that this red color indicates to which region? Either I have to keep the mouse. Okay, instead of that, I'm going to keep the region in the label. I'm adding in the label. Okay, region I'm going to bring in the top. Okay, is the point is clear in terms of everyone? So if you want side by side up, you want stacked up. Okay, based on that, you are going to sell it. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? Now, filtering is clear. Now let us see the next type of filtering. So we have discussed what are the types of filtering is general filtering. We are going to select whichever we require. Next one we have discussed the which is having wildcard. Okay. Next we have discussed in terms of condition based on the condition wise and based on the formula wise. You are going to write here formula. Formula means, for example, you are going to have in terms of sales or something. You are going to write in this some formula wherever this is having. After dividing the data, you are going to divide the data. For example, if I'm going to have the sales, what are the sales are there? Divide by 1000. Okay. And which is greater than 100. This is the formula. And it is asking it in terms of the formula must be aggregated calculation for reference for this field. So here it is asking the formula. What are the formula is there? The formula, just I'm going to select here calculated field. That calculated field column should be selected here. So earlier I have discussed with you the calculated field. How to calculate the field means right click on this and click on the calculated field. What is meant by calculated field? What is meant by first field? First tell me what is meant by field. Field means column. Calculated columns. What is meant by calculated column means each row one value again. So first here it is asking to create a separate column for that, and from that it is asking to create. Is the point is clear? How to create the measures and models in the dashboard, sorry, in the tableau. So you can create here by creating the parameters. You can add the measures by adding the parameters. You can create with respect to multiple measures. Okay. This is a calculated field. Okay. You are going to create a calculated field for this one, or you can create the parameters by using the parameters. Is the points are clear? Now let us move on to the last type of filtering. Okay, let us move in the order. Okay, now what is the order is here? The filters. What are the filters are there? Next filter is called as top. So what is meant by top? Top and filtering. It is similar kind of top and filtering. So here I'm going to select the top 5. Which are the top 5? Click on the top 5 and can you see here sales and some of the sales. So which are making the top 5, only those top 5 will be selected. Top 5 subcategories which are making the sum of the sales wise top. Or I want to select the top 5 categories, edit the filter, top 5. Instead of the sales, I'm going to take in the profit. Okay, which is making the top 5, which top 5 subcategories are giving the more amount of profit. These are the top 5 categories from profit wise. Okay, you can select the top n categories. Okay, for that we are going to apply the top. Okay. Sir, explain the data cleaning. Yes, we'll move on. Okay, so bottom 5, you can select the which are making the bottom 5 and click on the apply. You are going to get the bottom 5 records. Okay, you can select in terms of top 5 records. You can select in terms of bottom 5 records. Right? And you can select based on the profit wise, or you can select based on the in terms of sales wise. I'm going to take profit, average profit. Okay, with respect to instead of sum of the profit, I'm going to apply the average profit, which is making the average profit wise top 5 records. Means it is first applying the filtering, and after filtering again it is selecting the top 5 records only and separated. First it is applying the filtering. After applying the filtering, and it is applying the logic of what are the records based on the profit wise, it is calculating average for each of them, and from that it is selecting the top 5 records. Okay. Now, so here within the Tableau also we can do the data cleaning. Within the Tableau we can do the data cleaning. Within the Tableau we can do the data modeling. Within the Tableau we can do the merging, joins, all these things. Within that, as I've told you in the last class itself, in the Excel sheet, did I show you what are the possibilities? Yes or no? In the Excel, which are possible, which are not possible, did I explain in the last class? Data cleaning in which one is possible, data cleaning in which one is not possible. Okay, so except data storage, data cleaning is possible. What are the steps you are having? All the steps like data exploration. Other than data storage is in the database that is required as SQL, that is a separate. Now keeping that one side, data exploration you can do in the Excel, you can do in the Power BI, you can do in the Tableau. 3 of them you can do, including Python. 4 of them you can do. Data exploration, data cleaning, 4 of them, data analysis, 4 of them, and finally data visualization, 4 of them. In everything you can do all the 4 steps, including the data visualization, like the plots. But why will not choose the plots in the Excel? If everything, 2 Microsoft products, one is Excel, one is Power BI, both of them are Microsoft. At least Tableau is there, means it is a different one. Okay, Python means it is a different one. At least we can accept. But Excel and Power BI, both are by Microsoft only now. If everything is possible in Excel, then what is the use of creating the Power BI separately? Means advanced. So when we are having the advanced latest one, who will work on the basic one? If you know the Power BI, whether you will work on the Excel, the persons who works on the Excel, they don't know the Power BI. Whatever you can do in the Excel, what are the things you can do in the Excel, everything from the data analysis point of view, I'm saying. From the data analysis point of view, not from the data storage point of view or not in terms of others point of view. I'm saying only from the data analysis point of view. From the data analysis point of view, for data analysis, doing that one, we can do in the Power BI, whatever we can do in the Excel, that too more advanced. Right? So like this, we can do all the steps in all of them. Okay. Now, so here we are having in terms of the fields. What are the fields are there? You are going to choose the top 5. Is that clear? Now, next question is in terms of, like, I want in terms of slicer. Okay, for example, you want here, you want top 5 are there, na? You want to change to top 6 or you want to change to top 7. Then what we have to do? Click on this, click on the edit filter and go to this one and go with this in terms of 6. We are going to write here 6 and we are going to click on the OK. And if you want with respect to 7, okay, once it is completed, we are closing. Now I want 7. Again, what we are going to do? Again, click on this, again, click on this one. Okay. And here you are going to have with respect to 7 like this and click on the OK. Sir, now what are the filter is there? The filter we can't see. We can see. Just you have to click on the show filter. Show filter means what are the filters are applicable. It is going to show. All the subcategories are selected and that too where the sum of the sales are more than $100,000. Now, sir, this second filter I don't want, sir. Then okay, I'm going to remove the second filter. So here I'm going to remove the condition. What is the condition? This one. I'm going to click on the none and click on the apply. It is not applying any kind of this one. Now it is showing the top end filters like this. Okay. Now what is the filters are selected? One is all categories you have selected. And in this all categories, for example, you want only the accessories and you want the art, you want bookcases like this. Which are the things you are interested? That one. So now whichever I'm interested selecting that one, then what is the use of top 7? Then there is no use now. When you apply the all, then top 7 will be selected. When you are having the more than 7 categories, for example, here I'm selecting only 2 categories. One is accessories and one is binders. Now for this top n will be applicable. Top 7 will be applicable. Top 7 only not there. 2 only is there. From where you will bring the 7? Though this filter is there also no use. Now, instead of that, if you are having more than 7 categories, when you are having the more than 7 categories, see 4, 5, 6, 7. Till 7, there is no difference. When you are having the 8th one, it is selecting only 7. Though you have selected here 9 categories also, it is selecting only top 7. Though you have selected 10 categories also, it is selecting only top 7. Now, this advantage you are having. Is the point is clear? Now, so what are the filters are available? You can see all the filters here. Now this filter, sir, I don't want the filter on the right side, sir. Here the space is there now. This space I want to utilize. So I'm just bringing this one instead of from here to here. That filter you can bring to here. What are the legend or anything you are having on the right side that you can bring into this empty space. So that remaining space will be used. Is the point is clear? Now, next I'm going to select here. Now the next question is, if I want, guys, okay, this filter was selected now, and you don't want to see the filter, then you have to click on the unshow filter. Show filter means it will show the filters, right? Now, next one is I'm having in terms of like this. Okay. Now, what are the filters are there? I'm going to remove the filters or anything. Now here, how many categories are selected, guys? N categories are selected. Now I want 8 categories. Top 8 categories. What I have to do? 8 or 5. I want to move to the 5. What I have to do? Click on the edit and click on the top. In that, you have to change to 7 to 5. Every time if I want to change like this, it is difficult to go that and click on the edit every time. It is difficult. So for that, what we are going to do is we are going to create a parameter. So here in the edit filter, here I'm going to have top now. Instead of top, after writing the value, there is an option called as scroll down. Can you see that? If you click here, enter a value is there. Either create a new parameter is there. Enter the value I have selected till now. Now, second option I'm going to select, that is called as create a new parameter. And click now create a new parameter means I'm going to select a parameter and I'm going to click on the OK. So this name, I'm going to give the parameter name called as top n. The name of the parameter is top n and it is the integer type. And by default, it is taking the 5. I have given the current value as 5 and minimum range of 1 to maximum of 10. And I'm going to click on the OK. Okay. Now, can you see here top n? Now this top n, I'm going to bring into the this. Okay. What are the parameter I have created? Top n parameter. I'm going to add in the filter. Okay. So now you are seeing here top n in terms of color wise. This is color wise. If you want to bring in the color wise. Okay. Now I want to bring the top n. What are the top n categories are there? I'm going to bring the top n categories within the 1 minute.
Equal to hello. H2 is equal to Python.
This is label. Okay. Let us keep this one slide. It is. It is not even tilted. Just a minute. I'm going to clear the filters. Here I have selected in terms of subcategory. And within the subcategory, I'm choosing in terms of by field. Create a new parameter. Okay, 1 minute. Here it is available. 1 minute. Within this, I'm going to choose the top n. Now top n option is there. And I'm going to click on the apply. And after clicking on the apply, now I'm going to click on the OK. Okay. Now, whatever the parameter I have chosen earlier, that parameter will be visible. Now, here, the subcategory top n means by default, I'm going to take the 5 now. Here I have given the 5 as the top category, and you can choose top categories or bottom categories and some of the sales and everything. Now, just here what I'm trying. If you want to fix every time, for example, if your requirement is every time to be of top 5 categories, not only for this subcategories, even in the segment wise. For example, you want to see the top one. Here, I'm going to do the edit for this one. Okay, in the edit, I'm going to change to the edit is what are the current values then? The current value I'm going to change to 2. Means, what is this meaning? I want to go with the so top 2 categories I want to select every time. I'm going to click on the OK, and it is going to select only the top 2 categories every time. Now here, for example, instead of this segment, I'm going to bring the segment, and within the segment, I'm going to select here based on the field. I'm going to select top n. What is top n? Top 2 categories. In the segment also, I'm going to apply the top 2 categories. Okay, and I'm going to remove this. So you can see within the segment, I'm going to select the segment which is having the top 2 categories or top n categories. And I'm going to click on the OK. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? Next. So here we are having the different types of filters. So what are the filters you are having is subcategory you can take into the filter. And you can add in the top end. Click on the OK. And here first I'm going to take the sales, and I'm going to take the each subcategory. Okay, subcategory, and you can do the swap. Okay, now. So within the subcategory, what are the filter I have applied means in terms of top. So this is called as top and filtering. So what are the different types of filtering? One is called as general filtering. Second one is called as wildcard filtering. Next one is called as condition-based filtering. And fourth one is called as top and filtering. So you are going to choose the top and categories as per your requirements. This is the way of filters. Right? Now, next one is called as, after this, we are going to discuss the sets. So now here I'm going to select the subcategory. After selecting the subcategory, okay, and I'm going to click on the apply. Now, can you see here, there is an option called as create set. Okay, and I'm going to click on the create set. Here, I'm going to select the set. Okay, I'm going to give the name called as set one. Some name, choice is yours. Whatever the name you are interested, you give. And the set one, I'm going to take only this. Okay, and I'm going to click on the OK. Now, what is the advantage? Okay, just a minute. Let me add. Okay, and I'm going to click on the OK. Now, what are the set one is there? I'm going to give the set one as colors. See, now which one I have selected, that will be set as a different colors. Remaining will be considered as one set. This is one set. See, in and out. Within that set, what are the categories are available? Within that set, what are the categories are not available? So now I'm going to change the set one, and within this set, I'm going to edit the set. Now I want to keep the set. For example, I'm going to keep the set which is related to phones, chairs, and all these things. Phones and chairs. Next one is chairs and storage. So total, how many I have selected in my set one? 3 categories. What are the 3 categories? One is phones, storage, and chairs. Only these 3 will be selected in one color, and remaining will be selected in one color. Is the point is clear? So what is the advantage of set? Set means that is you are separating as a one group. Set means nothing but separate group. You want to highlight that one as a separate group, remaining things as a separate group. Then you are going to use as a set. Okay, for example, you want to highlight. Okay, these particular things are making with the high size, and these are making with the low size. And we have to focus on particularly these 3 we have to focus. Assume you want to explain like this, like in the pie chart exploit. Which one will exploit generally in the pie chart? Which one is either minimum value, too much of minimum value, or which one is maximum value, and which one we want to highlight more. So similarly here, I want to highlight the fasteners and labels and envelopes. These are, or these 2 only, labels and fasteners. I want to highlight this one. Then in my set, which are the things I'm going to select? Within the, I'm going to edit my set. And in the set, I'm going to select in terms of, one is fasteners and the second one is labels. So I want to highlight this one. See, these are the 2 things are highlighted. So I want to say that these are having a good amount of sales. Up to the mark, the sales are there, but these are not up to the mark. I want to highlight like this. Remaining things I'm going to bring as one group, and this one specially I'm going to bring as one group. That concept is called as set. Is the concept is clear? Set. How you create, how to create the set is clear. You can create the set either from here in this, or directly instead of this, you can select here itself the subcategory and click on this, and here itself you'll have the option with respect to the group by option will be available, hierarchy will be available, and in terms of transforming the data, creating, okay, create the set. Here also you can create the set. Either you can create the set here, either you can create the set here. So I'm going to show you the second option to create the set. Okay, so I'm creating the set in this particular one by using the subcategory. What are the subcategory column is there? And I'm going to click on the create, and I'm going to create on the set. So which one you want to separate? For example, I want to write the condition or based on the gender. So I want to create a separate set for fasteners and envelopes or labels, envelopes and labels for these 3. Okay, you created a separate set, subcategory set, that is the name. You want to rename this one, double click on that. You can double click on that and you can do the rename, or you can simply click on this and you can do the rename on this. Okay, and once you click on this and if you rename, this is set 2. I'm going to name as set 2. And this set 2, you can bring as a color. Which one is in? Can you see here? In. So now this 2 times no need to repeat now. Remove this one. Whichever is in, that is in the one color. Whichever is out in one color. Generally, we not write like this. This one also not required. So here we are going to highlight. Or this one also we are not going to keep. Or you can, if you are interested in this, you can keep. And you can bring this one to this position. Is the points are clear? Like this, you are going to create the sets. Everyone is clear set about the set? Set means you are going to select which are the you are interested, a separate set of values. So these are the separate set of values which I want to highlight. Separately, I want to highlight when compared to others. That no need to be in the bottom only. So if you are representing bottom 3 or top 3, then you keep, if you keep in ascending order also, okay. But I want to represent the missions and copiers. This one I want to highlight more. They'll not either comes in the bottom, they'll not come either in the top. Then in that case, I'm going to modify this one, the set. Within the set, I'm going to click on the edit the set and I'm going to select the missions and copiers. If the top 5 or top 3 or top bottom 3, that is simple. Then no need to create the set also. In between, when something you want to highlight, like missions and copiers. Okay, now you'll get a question. Sir, why we have to highlight this center one? Generally, we'll focus on the minimum value or maximum value. Why exactly this one miss? Now, we are going to say that, sir, till now we are having the good amount of sales. Now, suddenly we are having the huge demand within the missions and copiers. These areas, now demand was added. Earlier, that much of demand is not there. Now, the demand has started in these areas. Something you want to highlight like this. Then in that case, we are going to use the sets. Is the points are clear, guys, for everyone? So like that, you are going to choose. So here, what are the sets you are having? Choose the sets. So any questions on sets and filtering? So in the today's class, what are the concepts we have covered within that only exclusively in the today's class till now? So in today's class, first we have started with the funnel chart. Okay, we have discussed what is meant by funnel chart and followed by bubble chart. Okay, of course, bubble chart already we have discussed earlier also, and one more time, and tree maps, and what is the difference between them, and we have focused on the maps related charts, and followed by field maps, and followed by filtering, and followed by creating the sets. Right? So these are the things which we have covered in the today's class. So now, next we are going to cover in the next class related to parameters. What are the different parameters or calculated measures? How we are going to do the calculated measures, and using these, we are going to create the one dashboard, Tableau dashboard. Without doing the data cleaning, we are going to do the one dashboard. And with data cleaning, by including the data cleaning within this Tableau, we are going to do one more project for that. So 2 dashboards we are going to create. Then in the next 2-3 days, we are going to cover the entire Tableau by creating the 2 different dashboards. One is clean data dashboard. So we are going to do the data cleaning in the Python now. And the clean data, what are the Excel is that data we are going to load into the Tableau or Power BI. If everything is doing in the Tableau, then what is the use of learning Python? What is the use of learning Python? Right? So now we are going to work on the 2 dashboards. One dashboard, I'm going to first this one. First, I have to cover this one. After covering this one, then I'll move on to the Tableau dashboard with one example, project number 1 within the Tableau, and followed by project number 2 in the Tableau itself by using the one more dashboard with respect to data cleaning. Right? Now, that is the end of the things in the today's class. Yes, Abhay is asking like a similar kind of DAX functions. Advanced functions are available. You can add the more amount of functions. Multiple functions can be added. Even in the Tableau also, we are having the multiple functions. Just you can go through the syllabus copy, and within the syllabus copy, what are the contents are there within the Tableau, and cross check. And we are going to cover in the next 3 days. By this Friday, we'll complete the Tableau in the next 3 days. On Saturday, since we have completed one project, 2 projects we are going to cover with the Tableau in this week, and Saturday we'll complete data analytics with Power BI also one project this Saturday, so that all the projects will be completed. Okay, done. Just go through once. Okay, that is the end of the session for today. So I have to give the time for so many things. If I miss, again, you'll forget for practicing purpose. So just I'm giving the gap so that you can practice the concepts. What are things we have covered? Done. You can leave, guys. If no questions, you can leave. Yeah, in the slicer that we are going to discuss. Yeah, I'm going to use the slicer also. Slicer also available. Next, in Tableau, we can keep slicer in the dashboards as, yes, absolutely, Ismail. We can. That we are going to discuss in the during this. Next, Sunil. Sir, we are facing CSV files, all rows importing issue. When we tried 100 times to load CSV file in MySQL after cleaning all the columns, but each time only few rows are loaded. Okay. Sunil, could you share me your CSV file? What are the CSV file is there? Yeah, you have mailed her. Done. I'm going to check that one. And in the tomorrow's class, I will show you. Okay, at the end. Right? I will open the mail and I will check what other question you have. And Ankur, do we have the competition? Yes. Once we have completed this one, obviously we'll have the competition. But it will take time, most probably in the next week. By end of this week, we are going to complete the Tableau dashboards and along with the Power BI dashboards. No? The projects of Tableau and Power BI both will be completed. No? Next week will be the competition and certification and advanced topics. That will be the next week. With that, your batch will be completed. In the next 2 weeks, your batch will be completed. I mean, this week followed by next week. By this week itself, your course content will be completed almost. And additional competition and advanced topics, what are left out in between, those things will be covered in by next week. Yeah. Sir, in the Tableau, yesterday Superstore file was unable to save the file, which we worked on. You can save, click on the save as. Yeah, others, if you're not having any questions, you can leave. Sir, when you will provide the placements, Manjari, placements means it is placement assistance. We are going to share you wherever the placement opportunities are available. I'm going to share you the things. And you have to apply from your end. Right? Placement assistance will be shared once the everything are completed. Right. Done. Chapam.